What up, Pineapple Leaf? We're back with another shoe review, and today we're going to be covering the newly hotly anticipated Glycerin Max. And I gotta say, my initial first review runs for this shoe review is I am very satisfied with my purchase. And my first run with this, very first run I hit with this was in a long run, 17.5 miles for the week. It was my longest run of the week for that week. And first things first is I was looking to replace my 1080 V13s are starting to lose a lot of the life in it, coming up on 300 miles. And when you start feeling those aches and pains when you're running, we're getting in the later lifespan of your running shoes, it's probably time to start thinking about retiring them. So I wanted something else that's going to take a lot of the impact. And I know I just talked about the Hoka Skyward X, which is an amazing shoe that goes alongside the 1080 V13 by New Balance. Both Max Cush and both Max Cush in different ways. The New Balance 1080 V13 has a lot more of that squish, plush, kind of run on marshmallow clouds type feeling, where you're not. It's really soft and comfortable for those kind of slower recovery, easier runs. When you're throwing on the mileage throughout the week, and then in my opinion, putting on the more pricey Hoka Skyward X with the plate in it, a lot more firm, but it's gonna. The thing is just an absolute beast. It's going to take a lot of the impact from the road, which is definitely two pairs of shoes that I kind of wanted to target different areas of my body for running that are going to kind of work different parts of your body with different foams and the way you're going to land differently on them because they're displayed differently. And but this is kind of like a really good happy medium. It's I don't really even know how. It's like a paradox with this shoe. It's so firm yet not firm. Like it's so soft and firm. Like it's just so right, like perfectly tuned. And I guess the way that they kind of trick me, hey, you trick me, is it's a new foam by Brooks. It's DNA tuned, so it's got different firmnesses. It has a different firmness from the rear. It's a 44 millimeter in the rear and a 38 millimeter in the front, which is going to equate to a 6 millimeter drop. But what they did here with the new foam is they put they DNA tuned and put bigger bubbles in the rear for more kind of plush shock absorption with this huge stack height, and firmer, more dense, smaller bubbles in the front for that like more springy when you're towing off with the 6 millimeter drop. And the higher the drop, it's going to be working more muscles in the higher proportions of your legs, and the lower, like the more even, like kind of more ultra shoes are just going to be like kind of more so targeting your lower extremities, like your calves and stuff like that, kind of like lower leg area, and but just getting the stack height and all that out of the way, it is just so, like, this thing is, I can tell I'm already going to love these shoes, just as much as I love my new Gore Wear mountain bike cycling long sleeve jersey. Big, just quick little detour. So many sites right now, from cycling to running. I just have so many great deals right now. Like, I got a really rad Gore jersey, pair of running socks, and this shirt for with tax $103. And I mean, I'm not gonna bust out the socks, but this is a really premium training. I mean, really like a good race jersey, honestly. To go with my Voller race bib, my checkered flag bib with the little. So Gore makes some really quality stuff. They're up there with like Giro and those kinds of cycling brands, but really premium. I'm digging this yellow. You'll be definitely seen out there. And I was a little inspired by Tadej Pogacar from the Tour de France. He's the GOAT already. I just, for some reason, I really like him. So a lot of great years to watch with him racing in the Tour de France and the Giro and the UCI World Championships and etc. And he's probably going to go for the Volta, coming up. And unfortunately, lost Kelvin Kiptum. Thought we were going to have years to watch him, another GOAT, but...
I'm hooked. Looky, who's got hooky? I'm about to play some hooky, bruh.
But yeah, Gore, along with like, hopefully MAP has a sale, MAAP for cycling. They make probably my favorite gear. Roth makes really good stuff too, but I'm gonna peep MAP because they make some really dope stuff. And then so does Universal Colors. They had like a really cool green apple last year, but it was like a thermal. I didn't want a thermal, but I think it was a green apple. It was something really cool. Like I love green, and unfortunately, other cool colorways are kind of discontinued. But if you like a lot of the runner, and what else is it? CLE. My runner hats that I wear in these videos, they'll probably have Black Friday deals too. For Black Friday's like the whole month now. And then I got my New Balance sweats on, super comfy. These back to these shoes. They are gonna be eating up a ton of your daily mileage. I know they're price pointed at $200, and yes, I'm not sponsored by anyone. My channel's too small to be sponsored anyway. Pay for everything I have with my own money and my own labors, so I'm not getting paid to say anything. No one's. These are all my own words coming out of my own organic computer brain.
I am listening though. If anyone wants to sponsor me, send me some shoes.
Like I was saying though, this shoe is like really, really premium. Like everything about it. I can tell that the $200 is going to go a long way with how just like robust these shoes are, and like the thick rubber on the bottom outsole, and I think the main area that's going to be probably taking a lot of the beating is going to be right in here. They have some of these cutouts and. In the bottom rear for like these are just going to be, I don't know, I guess pretty well aerodynamic ventilated on the bottom, but like the density of this foam is like they really finely tune this thing like to where I don't know what exactly, at least what I'm looking for. This is almost like your daily trainer, like slower, like super blast, and I think it's going to be worth every bit of the $200 you're going to be paying for it. Just a really like top tier quality shoe that like is just gonna be really protective for your footsies.
Encapsulates them.
Really like absorbing a lot of that impact. These are gonna be my Diaz Bros of the years. Like you just can keep hitting them, and they're just like you're not gonna be able to KO these things. So throw everything you got at it, but they're just going to be super tough. Just like the Diaz Bros. Plant power. And I guess on to one of the next things, after raving about it like a lunatic, is the rear heel tab and the rear lock-in.
Heel counter.
Is really like, it's just really, it's really like this whole thing is pretty like comfy thick and padded, and just I haven't had any issues yet with any hot spots for my footsies, and so it's I had a really good lockdown in this, and it's not a gusseted tongue, but it's I do like that it at least has one run through in the center here to help you kind of lock this down. The tongue, and it is like thicker, more premium, but this top front part of the shoe is pretty well ventilated for how much this like kind of heavier like um, more daily trainer type super blast in the eating up a ton of your miles rotation is going to be. This is definitely going to be your your daily trainers, like your daily super trainer. So I actually was running a little bit faster than I thought I was. Like, and I wasn't like pushing it at all. It was just going out for like an easy long run, just to get the miles in. I don't know if I did like a tempo workout or anything, but my legs have been kind of beat up the last couple weeks, and it just handled it really well. And it was just so nicely throw on a pair of shoes that I just needed to switch it up. And my legs, it was almost like one of those runs, even though it was like my long run for the week, that it was like kind of one of those runs where my legs almost like thanked me and felt better afterwards. So I can just tell right off the bat, like I think I liked this more than I might like this more than this. It's way too early. I don't want to go off way too early and then fade like a race. Like, you just don't want to get too ahead of yourself. But I may have liked this more in my first runs than the Skyward X and the 1080 V13. So it's gonna be possibly better than those, but it's still too early to tell. But right off the bat, I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. It is $200. You're not getting a carbon plate. I don't think you need one with that. This isn't exactly what that's going for, and since it does have that kind of like really cush absorption and it's protective, like you do feel like you can throw down more to run faster in these, especially with that front rocker that's going to be a little more firm in the front. Like you can get it's going to be interesting. I'm gonna see if I can I think I did do at least one stride in my run with these. It might have only just been one stride, but it did feel good. And I kept this insole in this. I didn't switch out the Curex yet. I usually put Curex in pretty much all my shoes, because this actually, so like me, I have high arches, as I've said before. So again, I do have high arches, and the thing I do like about this is there's definitely, you can feel the arch support in this. I don't even know if I'm gonna swap out the insert, the insole. But this one is not glued down, which is nice, so it'll come out easily. I think Brooks, especially with the looks aesthetically, like, are so 100% going in the right direction. I love the way these look. I wish my favorite colorway so far is I thought that the reddish pink was going to be available for men, but I realized those are only women's. So I saw some of the leaks of the other colorways coming out, and I wasn't feeling them as much as this. I like what they're doing with this unique like yellow in the background, like the colors kind of like it's almost like in this like foam testing tube of it's almost like this separate like foam that's in it with that's inside the outer foam that's got this little ventilation here, and it's like a I really love the like whoever's idea that was that really was catching my eye, and so I also like that I'm not, for like a neutral color, I think I might get a pair for work if they come down in price. but I do have. I would consider getting that brown with that dark green. I love green, and that dark green that they have on the like Falcon brown or whatever green. Like, look, it's just. I think that would work with a lot of different things for casual wear, and would last a really long time for work. And you're getting out like daily wear is just going to be like a really good looking shoe that you can wear with a ton of different outfits. So they will be releasing a couple more colorways on November 18th, and then I saw that they will be coming out with even more after that. I don't know when the other ones are coming out, but probably 2025 or something. Yeah, this definitely gets a hella yeah rad life from me, from Brock Lee, and I would the one thing I might have a little bit of a gripe with, a little bit of a oopsie poopsie with is I'm not really that into these like nautical boat laces. They're mad long. They kind of do look a little bit out of place. Oh, I'm kind of back and forth on this, but I didn't even have to do the runner's knot on these to get a good lockdown. So, kudos to Brooks on that. That might change in the future, but so far I've been able just been to lace it up and go, and it's been like locked down. Typically, most of my shoes like kind of come loose, especially on my right foot. For some reason, I have to like retie, and these have not had that problem. I didn't even have to do the runner's knot. I like to test the shoes out my first run without changing anything, and seeing how they feel. And this one was just like hit it. Was just was a Curry 3-point swish, like just cooking. And but back to the laces, I would say these are the only things. These like bay ship, like tie down nautical ropes that are inspired from like, you know, doing boat knots to tie down huge boats with. They just look a little out of place. I mean, they're not like terrible or anything, but they're like just. And I hate when shoes give you too short of laces and you have to like, especially if you do like a runner's knot and you have to, you have like barely anything left to like tie down with. That is such pain in the ass. Like, I remember one time I was doing a marathon, my hands were so cold and I had to like retie. I haven't, typically in my marathons, I've been like I have not had to retie. But this one I had to, and my hands were so cold. It took forever to like get it, and like, it was just terrible, just awful. And and but I just feel like they could have done a little bit without, or made them like look a little cooler to match the shoes. But I don't know, maybe I'll come around and like these. I'll kind of understand what they were thinking with these big girthy laces. I mean, it is kind of like going to be a little bit of a heavier shoe, even though it doesn't quite feel like that. I mean, it does and it doesn't. It's hard. It's kind of foam. It's the same thing. It's like it does and it doesn't. It's like firm but not firm, but like really protective, and like I love it, and bouncy. And like just you also feel like you can kind of get after in it, like because it's got the firmness at the same time. Like it's really weird. Like it's not what I was expecting. I mean, maybe it was because I've heard things about how they kind of how it is kind of like that, but I want to test it myself. It's like I said, it's like a super daily trainer. Like it's like a super blast almost. Like I love these. But yeah, that'd be my only like small thing. Like I couldn't recommend these enough. But maybe they're kind of bigger, because it's kind of a bigger shoe. Like it just feels like it's really padded and it's kind of like thicker and a little bit of a thicker tongue. So I'd say the only part where it's like gonna feel somewhat breathable is gonna be in that front over your toesies and over your your front metatarsals. So that, I mean, I think that's probably what that's about. But I don't know if you know where to get laces, you can always switch them out. and this would actually kind of look cool with some different laces. Actually, maybe I might do that. Maybe I'll get some yellow laces to match this with. So, Brooks, comment kudos to you. These are definitely these are a super banger. Love them. And you're looking for something to put down the miles in and to protect your body and replace some of your old shoes, like I'm kind of starting to have to do. I have to have a couple pairs I'm gonna be replacing, and I'm looking down the road at some other pairs. I got a bunch of pairs that I need to still show you guys and review. The Nikes Agama 2 I would like to review, really plush. I actually like those. I've seen mixed reviews on YouTube about that. I've already talked about the 1080 V13 and the Hoka Skyward X. Those are great. I will be talking about the Nike Alpha Fly 3, but I'll probably talk about that after Sacramento CIM December 8th this year, 2024. So I really do like the Nike Alpha Fly 3. I actually have 2 pairs now, which you probably saw in my unboxing of that. So now I have one for training in. I think they're a great training shoe for, like, if you want to get down with some long run speed workout stuff. Like, those are like perfect. And then I have a pair for like the races, but I should break in maybe a little bit. I don't know if they need breaking, and I've heard they don't need it. And then the New Balance. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the pineapple leaf right now. I'm looking at my New Balance Rebel V4s. I got the turquoise and white pair, super rad, and I'll be doing a review on that as well. And then since I was kind of comparing these shoes to the Super Blast, these are going to be kind of like the faster version of those that are like going to be perfect for your long run. So this would be these are kind of dirty. These are like I think just about 300 miles on them, like almost exactly. So I haven't cleaned them yet for the camera, and I didn't do my bottom of the shoe wipe down before the review like I did in the last one, because you always see people like touching the whole shoe and they're like licking it, rubbing their face and stuff on it, and it's just like, dude, you're running through piss and poop and blood, mud, and like, scat and stuff, and you got people like doing the review and touching it all and stuff, and you gotta take care of your shoes, clean them, and they'll take care of you. And but this would be, I was just thinking, a really nice rotation for your long speed runs and your tempo workouts. These have been great to me, and these are just like the Glycerin Max. You can tell they're really durable. They got 300 miles on them, and they're still holding tough. Like, there's some wears on the side and stuff, and some wear on the sides, and you can kind of see where, it's hitting, starting to, on the forefoot, because I'm probably getting after a little more in the forefoot on these. But other than that, like, they still feel really good. They still got nice pop and shock absorption. Like, and these are also really fun to every once in a while to switch up your daily runs, like your daily training. Like, instead of putting on your 1080 13s or 14s or your more V4s, or is it the more V5, or what is it, the Gel Nimbus, Nike Invincibles, or if you're what else you're wearing for daily training runs, or maybe you're getting towards the higher mileage of your Nova Blasts, and you just throw these on for like a 4 to 10 mile run that is going to be maybe on the lower end of your week, of like a high volume week, to where maybe you use this for your long run, but you throw this on later on throughout the week, and you have a little more pep in your step. Like, I did that like once or twice with these, more than once or twice, and it's just, these are fun when you kind of just take them out on, like, where you're going to be, you can kick down shorter mileage with a little bit of more speed, since you're not doing higher mileage with like speed, but you're not holding that same pace as you would at lower miles. So this would be like a good, like, I know this would be an expensive 1-2 punch shoe rotation, but this would be awesome with like as a 1-2 with this. These would complement each other really well for your daily, your long run, and then, you know, if that's like if you're just starting out and you're not wanting to get like mad expensive like Alpha Fly 3, you could use this on race day too. Like these are great. I mean, you could with these too. It depends on what your goal is. I mean, you could definitely go run an under 4 marathon with this with proper training. Like under 9-minute pace per mile with these. Like so to get your marathon under your belt, or your half marathon, or your first 10K, or even your 5K to kind of get it in, and then you can think about those other shoes down the road because they're really not gonna make that much of a difference when you're first starting out. Like I mostly just started off with only a pair of Brooks Ghost. What version was it? It's in my Strava. My Strava is Joey Moselle in Santa Rosa. Look me up. Follow me on Strava. I can't imagine you're watching me and not on Strava if you're looking up shoe reviews. Like, come on. We are not the filthy casuals. If you're looking up running shoe reviews, if it's not on Strava, it didn't happen. Well, I'm tired. I'm kind of losing some of my train of thought. But it was the Ghost. I had the Brooks Ghost. Might have been like a 7 or something. It was a while ago when I first started getting into it, and that's like really all I had. I thought it was so cool that I had a pair of running shoes. It was like, I remember thinking like, oh, you know, it's a pair of running shoes if they don't look cool. And I was like, oh, I was so wrong because there was super rad running shoes all throughout history. I don't know why I had that improper misconception, but we all have our preconceived notions of things, but and all our blind spots, but this would be a really, really high quality 1-2 punch. Like this would get you through a ton of miles and a ton of, you know, whatever your goals are. As far as like tons of like little goals. When I say tons, that's actually a lot. So wrong word. Wrong word of meaning. Words have meaning, and you picked the wrong one. But they'll get you through a lot. These two pairs of shoes combined. So both non-plated, both just some of the best of what they do, and both versatile. Like, yeah, you're not going to want to go trying to set, like, if you're like an avid runner, you're probably not going to want to use these for PR, but that's not what they're made for. So, and honestly, I probably wouldn't use these for my PR either, for anything. So, but I mean, maybe it might be kind of interesting to throw this on a test. It's just I haven't done my mile PR in a while. Maybe I'll use these, but now that I have a pair of training Alpha Fly 3s, probably gonna use those for pretty much everything. And if I want to set a PR, am I gonna put the Rebel V4s on or these? I'd have to think about that. Probably gonna be put on if it's a mile or a 5K. Probably putting on those Rebel V4s. So another really good pair of shoes, but and these are both really. Oh, also, how could I almost forget this? Good thing I didn't forget this. They're both pretty accommodating for your footsies. Like I have higher arch, more high voluminous feet, and they kind of fit like socks. These Super Blast, and I've heard they're not too dissimilar from the Super Blast 2. So I've heard if you have this pair like I do, wear them out. You don't need to go upgrade. The only difference, I mean, there are some differences. The Super Blast 2 is better, but it's not like significant. Is the Rock Catcher 3000 is it in the 2? But the Super Blast 2 and these are both 200. These are not on sale. If you see the Super Blast go on sale, 175 or something, and they're so similar, like save yourself $25 and maybe get these. But if you don't want the extra weight of rocks, pebbles, and stuff in your shoes, maybe cop out for the Super Blast 2s. I might think about that, but These, but yeah, the super last fit really well. They're a teeny bit long, and so you don't need to half size up in those because half you size up, most of them goes longer. And these are just like, these fit like a glove, fit like a pair of socks or something, like a nice, like, all encompassing. They just fit my feet. Like, I don't have like super wide feet, but I have wide feet and I have higher arches, and these just they feel comfortable. And um, I was definitely surprised. Like, Brooks has it on lock. They're on point with their fits. Like, they just, I like them and New Balance a lot. And I've also been liking that Nike has been more accommodating too. Like, the Vaporflies are just shoving your footsies in there. Those were not. They took a beating. Like the Vaporfly 2 Ikoden version I had. I mean, I liked them a lot more at first, but they really they were a lot. So, but yeah, these Brooks, can't go wrong with the Brooks. Is crushing it right now, and so is New Balance. And thank you, Nike, for making more accommodating shoes. I really like also the fit of the Nike Zagoma 2 and the Vaporfly 3s. I do miss the arch support. I need the arch support, but I know a lot of other people had a problem with those. But with the Nike Alpha Flight Next Percent, I had the Mango version. I love arch support. I know people don't like it, but I loved it. Not everyone disliked it though. What else? What else can I compare these to? Saucony Pro 3. I like those a lot. I still have that pair. I retired them. I think they're still good though. I might throw a couple more runs on them. I'm not sure yet. Or I might donate them or recycle them. Might even use those as those are as a pair of decorations or something. They're the red with the like the gold and the kind of like unicorn slug trail like colorway where it's kind of got different colors. So yeah, premium, fits great. Can't recommend these enough so far. I'll do a review when I get a lot more miles on them, do a lot more testing, but initial response is, if you're on the fence, go for it, especially if you have feet that need a break before they break. So alright, peace out, Pineapple Leaf. To the next time. I have some more ideas for some content coming up, so some more running tips and some more trails and beautiful places to go adventure along with you guys. I need to catch some Z's. Gotta wake up early for work. And yeah, see you, Pineapple Leaf, on the next one. Bye. Miss you already.